everybody. This is Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. We're back with a brand new episode, and we are presented now by Board Teachers.
Woo.
And my name is Devin Siebold. I've got my buddy here, Mr.
James Yan.
James Yan. We're comedians. We're here to make you laugh because we know at the end of the day, you've got those tears flowing in your car, and you're like, I just need to release a little something, need to feel a little bit better. And we're the legal way of doing that. You could take a baseball bat to the principal's car. We don't suggest that. You didn't hear that here. But we're here to hopefully make you laugh. Isn't that right, James?
We definitely will make you laugh, man.
Yeah.
Give you a little reprieve.
Don't forget to check us out online. We got all of our Instagrams and MySpaces and
all that.
We're all over.
Blackpeoplemeet.com.
Blackpeoplemeet.com / crying in my car. That might be a site you don't want to go to.
That's true.
But regardless, it's awesome to see so many new followers, people out there that are following.
Yes.
We've got hundreds of thousands of views on this stuff already.
Already?
Yeah, big shout out. I mean, it's amazing the stuff that's
Can't
coming
believe
out of it. But Board Teachers obviously putting their weight behind it.
They are.
They have some faith in us. We're here to let them down. And, I'm just kidding. I signed that contract. They can't back out.
They can't now.
But
I checked with my lawyer. You owe me money.
I know.
There you go.
James, I've got a dilemma that I want to talk to you about today. It may be quite possibly the most heartbreaking thing I ever saw in a classroom.
Oh, go.
I was in my child's class, and bit of an open house going on, open house scenario.
Take your time.
And I'm gonna get through this. I told myself, I said, center, come to it, focus, and deliver. And I was in the child's classroom, and was told something quite jarring. Mr. Yan.
What'd they tell you?
I didn't know this, but it is apparently a school-wide policy now that there is to be no food, no candy, no parties. No food is allowed to be brought on campus at all. There is...
What?
There's no cupcakes. There's no cupcake days, James.
Wait a minute.
They cannot exchange candy at Halloween or at Valentine's Day.
Oh.
They cannot exchange any sort of food. They can't do a pizza party.
Oh. So what you're telling me is Russia won the war.
Russia won. The terrorists have won. James.
Why? Why? Tell me one good reason why kids can't have candy or cupcakes.
You know, I think we've kind of spiraled from there's dietary restrictions.
Okay.
There might be something they're allergic to, inclusiveness. You know, everybody's got to get some candy. If you only brought peanut candy and Kyle can't have peanut candy, Kyle is excluded from peanut candy. You're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, is the podcast skipping? No, it's not. I have nothing to say.
So how long
I'm so devastated by this.
How long did it take the firemen to get there when you burned the school down?
You know, about 6 seconds. They were already there. They
were ready.
Yeah. The guy was telling me what to use. He's like, if you want the quickest burn, you know, at first he was like, don't do it. I'm like, they don't let him have Oreos. He's like, we're going to start in the office.
There you go.
And burn it all down from there.
So kids can't have cupcakes. They can't have candy ever.
Birthdays, you can't bring any food in.
Wow.
You can't bring any, even if it's for everybody. You can't even ask for dietary restrictions ahead of time. Like, hey, you know, the teacher can't be like, hey, we're planning on doing a pizza party.
Yeah.
I know your son's lactose intolerant, so I've ordered this for them and replaced some wings or something. And nothing. No joy in school anymore.
So they took all of it away.
It makes me so mad.
It should.
We had pizza parties in class. Even when I taught, I loved teaching, and I taught in areas that were Title I. And they were mostly minorities.
Yes.
And everybody would always say, why are you teaching in minority areas? You can go to a better school. And I would tell them, the food. I'm there for the food. Because let me tell you right now, Hispanic kids know what to bring.
They sure do.
Yep, we have the best smorgasbord of food. And you go over to the white school, and it's Chips Ahoy and Ruffles. You know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's an open bag when they come. Why? Come on, I don't want the clipped bag. I want a new bag of Ruffles.
A fresh bag, but you know what I want better than that? An empanada.
I want an empanada
made by someone's abuela.
I want a quesadilla.
Yes.
I want something that I thought I knew how to pronounce it, but I realize I don't.
You don't. Absolutely. That's the more delicious it is. Yeah, that's how that works.
I want a tamale.
Yeah.
I want a tamale. I
would love another tamale.
I would love a tamale, please. Like, I'm so outraged by this. It breaks my heart. And this is the other thing too, James.
Okay.
I'm gonna up it one.
Okay. Oh no.
And this one I don't get.
Okay.
This one I think we're overstepping the whole We're a group thing.
Okay.
James, if I want to invite people to a birthday party for my son,
Okay.
and I say, hey, you got any friends at school you want to invite? You know, you had friends at school. Your kids had
Absolutely.
friends at school.
Yes.
Here's a little invite. Give that one to Jake. You know, give that one to Sarah. Give that one to such and such. You have to invite the whole class if you choose to invite anyone now.
Wait a minute.
You cannot. It was in strict, bold, do not send invites to a birthday party or any sort of out-of-school event if it is not for the entire class to join. My child, if he has a best friend, and I just want to have that best friend over, and or 2 friends, 3 friends in the class, and I want him to give a little, you know, you used to get them. And when you're a kid, it was like, hey, I'm having a birthday party Saturday.
And you got the card.
Have your mom RSVP.
And that meant something to you when you got the card.
Yeah.
And it always like a Hot Wheels, a Batman kind of invitation. You could take it home like, Mom, I got a card. I'm going to a birthday party.
You're bringing up, it's PTSD right now.
I understand. Take it slow. It's all right. So now you have to invite the whole class. And class is going to be, what, 35 kids?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, well, no, it's closer to like 24, I think, is the cap. But
Gotcha.
I'm not inviting 24 kids to a birthday party.
That's crazy.
Especially kids that they don't really get along with.
Yeah.
You don't get along with everybody.
So I'm going to have to feed a kid that's not going to bring a gift.
Think about this, James. You back in when you were a kid.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, 1952.
Okay.
And
right.
you're in class.
Yeah.
And there's kids you don't want to come to your birthday party. Like, it's not even that you want to be like, okay, more the merrier. It's like, you make fun of me. Why would I have you there?
You just ran into a great point. Why do I invite my bully?
Bully. You know what? I would love at my birthday party somebody that's going to harass me.
Yes, that'd be
And,
great. We're gonna go around the room, kids, and I want you all to tell me why you like my son. What about him do you like?
Yeah.
I like sticking his head in the toilet.
Oh,
Like,
that's
that's
good.
awesome. Yes.
Thanks.
I like the lunch money you give him because I take it. Yeah.
Do me a favor, son. Don't open that present. We don't know what's in there.
It smells funny. I know.
Why is it an envelope with white powder? What's going on?
Oh, exactly. So
But
now
it's-
basically we're forcing kids to invite an entire classroom to your birthday.
And and you can't even bring like cupcakes as a birthday celebration. It has to be non-edibles. So you can bring a pencil. That's what kids want.
All
a
the
pencil.
time. Yeah.
Oh,
So my kid cries at
break
night.
my heart.
Yes.
Pencil to
So we celebrate with just inanimate objects. That's what we do now.
Yep. And that's it. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
You
why?
know? I don't know.
I wish we could be at the meeting.
We've gone too far.
I wish we could be there when they make this decision. You know, it'd be a great idea. Let's take all the food and fun out of school.
Yeah.
And let's replace it with nothing.
But you know who did that? You know that it was like a parent that stood up and was like, excuse me, oh goodness. I would appreciate if nobody was able to send any invitations out and no food or beverage. Thank you.
Oh, no, I think you got it wrong. I think it was actually a woman named Karen,
Karen.
who stood up, who was at a PTA meeting and said, I'd still like to talk to a manager.
I want to talk to a manager. There's no manager. It's a school. What is wrong with you?
You need to find one. Hire one and let me speak to them, okay?
There was a hair in my cupcake. No cupcakes for everybody.
Anybody, yes.
We're going to take it out of the equation.
I'm just going to say this. Shame on you, America. We've taken the fun from kids. Let them have cupcakes. Let them have their candy.
We've fallen so far.
We have.
This is Michelle Obama's America.
Oh, wow.
This is what did it. I'm just kidding. I think we just boil it back to that.
Thanks, Obama.
She literally put like an extra piece of broccoli on the plate, and we're like, she's ruined it.
We were up in arms. Like, we were freaking out. How dare you make it healthy?
Are you kidding? Wheat buns?
Not my America.
Not right. I want bleach processed, please.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
now, see that? We don't even get
Bring
bleached
red dye back.
processed cupcakes. We get
don't.
nothing. Teachers in the news. Let's do teachers in the news, James. You ready for
I'm
teachers
ready
in
for
the
it.
news? So I found this article that I think is going to be a little bit less controversial. I
Okay.
think it is something that we can all agree on, and that is that expectations have lowered over the years. And
I would
it's
agree.
not just societal expectations, it's school expectations. And it used to be the teachers were the ones that held the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
When all else failed, it was, okay, graduation rate, they don't have to do this, but the teachers still held them to that standard.
I agree.
And we have started to see a decline in the expectations of teachers of whether or not their kids are going to graduate college.
Really?
And so public school, 50%, charter school around 60, 70%, and then private school is around 90% 90% believe that their students would graduate college. And we find that there's a higher graduation rate in those particular sectors. And we have to wonder, is it when you expect something, you're more likely to rise to the challenge.
Okay.
You know, and I think we've stopped expecting students to rise to the challenge. And unfortunately, I think COVID had a lot to do with that. You know, because we keep talking about learning loss.
Good point.
We keep saying, students have lost, they're taking a step back. It's okay. But when is it okay to start holding them to the higher standards we had pre-COVID? When is it okay to step in and go, hey, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
We're here now. You can start passing the test now.
It's okay.
You can start doing well. But it says the air is thick with suggestions that grading is hopelessly biased, that hard work is a product of white supremacy culture.
Oh, wow.
That these high expectations that teachers are no longer holding their students to have kind of progressed into a lot of excuses. We're giving excuses now for the students, and we're saying, "Oh, it's okay." We're starting to, but really, students have got to step up. Let me tell you a quick story before I go into the next teachers in the news.
Okay,
and it's true. I had a massive massively high passing rate for my reading students.
Okay,
way higher than everybody else. It was like 30%, and I had 70 to 80% of my students passing.
You must have a secret.
I must have a secret. And you know what that secret was?
What?
No different on the curriculum. I told them that I expected them to pass. And I made them believe that they could pass because they were always told, I failed, I'm going to fail. They kept repeating that they were going to fail. And I said, what do you mean you're going to fail? I said, you don't know the test. I said, you're going to let some politician that signed off on this and some guy in an office that's never met you determine your future.
I like it.
You got to fight back.
Yeah.
I put that fire in him. I straight up went in there and did Mel Gibson, Braveheart speech right before the test.
Gotcha.
And the kids went in there with aggression and went in there with expectations.
They went in there with hope.
Hope and purpose and intent. And that's the thing. I think we've started to strip that a little as teachers. I think we got to give them back the hope. I have expectations. One of the biggest things that I told a student one time, and it was the biggest thing that I told them. Instead of saying, you should have done better, you failed, this and that, I said, I expected more of you on this one. And man, you want to see hurt. You want to see hurt in a child's eyes.
See, that's a parental technique you just used, sir.
You know what? I expected you to rise to this challenge, and you let me down. Letting a teacher down.
Oh.
I mean, we need to start using those words. We need to step in.
Okay, 2 points real quick.
Okay.
First off, that was brilliant. Jedi mind trick you can do with a kid.
Yeah.
I use it as a parent. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I expected better.
I expected better from you.
Yeah.
And also, the expectation thing may be parents' fault during COVID. I'm going to say this right now. Here's how I know America does not care about teachers. They gave us your job with no training.
Yes.
Expected everything to be fine.
Yep.
2 years, look at this face. I was supposed to be in charge of educating my kid. I'm not cut out for it.
No, I know.
I tried.
I know, James. I know. I've seen your text messages. I'm like, does anybody know what this says? I can't. Is that weird? That's weird.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next teachers in the news. All right. We got teacher is okay. I read this headline and I said, this one is out there. I can't use it because I don't want to use stuff that's like, I don't know. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Too edgy.
Okay.
This one says a teacher is investigated for reportedly showing an inappropriate video in class. And I was like, I said, dial that one back. We don't do that.
Yeah.
And then I started reading it and it says parents are in disbelief after a inappropriate video was shown to a 6th grade class.
Oh my God. 6th grade?
Yeah, 6th grade. And they interviewed, by the way, a father of 4th and 2nd grade teachers. Okay, that's not, we're just going to interview different parents that aren't involved. All right, that's red flag number 1.
Yeah.
He says it shouldn't even happen. Why was he ever allowed to have that on his computer? And what happened was apparently he was showing a video. It was a science class, and apparently there was something in the video that was suggestive. Now, I will say,
oh my God,
the district has responded and said that they reviewed the video. They reviewed the laptop. And apparently this video was age appropriate and not no nudity and did not show anything graphic in nature. But they said it might be deemed possibly inappropriate.
What was on the video?
We don't know. We don't know. But
That's okay. No one knows what's on the video.
no, and they're all reacting very angrily.
And they don't
because
even know.
They don't know what's on the video.
Good God.
The kids said that it was something that shouldn't have been shown, and they thought it was something that was there. The district reviewed the video and said actually it might not have been what that was. And apparently they have decided to just put him on a temporary leave. But this is the reason I brought this up, because man, I read this and I was laughing. This is a parent. I quote, "That's sick. I'm sorry, it is. I don't think at 6th grade they should be learning sex education. I know these kids, they're not ready for anything close to that. I'm sorry. I taught 6th graders. They know more than you do right now.
Yes.
They know
they
way
do.
more than you do. The internet has destroyed these children.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No, you are not, because
Now,
I have boys, and they have cell phones.
It does not gift the teacher any right to show anything inappropriate in
No, it
class,
does not.
of course. But I think you also have a parent that is pearl clutching really quick as a reaction to something that they don't even know what it is.
But that's a great example of where we're at in America.
Yeah,
Yes.
just quick pearl clutching. I'm so angry. And it's like, what are you angry at? You know.
You know. We're all mad,
The thing
right?
you told me to be mad about.
Yeah,
We're all
I'm
mad
doing
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
But it was so funny to me that they were like, I know these 6th graders and they would never. And I'm like, you don't know those 6th
You
graders.
sure don't.
Then I'm so sorry. That is not the 6th graders you're aware
Exactly.
of. All right.
I had a quick little story.
Yeah,
I want to run
okay.
by you real
Oh,
quick.
sure, yeah.
There was a story that I came by, and I'm like, okay, this is about teachers. And I was wondering if you ever had anything that you experienced close to this.
Okay.
Okay. You know how your child gets sick, and they will call a parent to come pick up the child.
Yes.
Okay, a little girl was sick, so they called the dad because the mom wouldn't pick up.
Okay.
So 2 gentlemen actually showed up to pick up their kids. You know, it happens. 2 dads are talking like, yeah, I'm here to pick up my daughter. He's like, oh, me too. Then they come to find out they're there to pick up the same girl. Ooh. Yes.
Jerry.
Apparently, the mom had told both these gentlemen since the girl was a baby that they were both the fathers and they didn't know anything about each other.
Oh, man. So Mari had to come out.
Oh, pretty much. They called the authorities.
99% chance you are not the father. And
One
he's
guy
like,
was moonwalking. Woo!
He's like, can I get this park invalidated?
Can you imagine, though? I mean, the real victim in this whole story is the little girl, because you just cut someone's Christmas in half.
Yeah.
You just took away Daddy number 2's gifts for Christmas.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, let's be real. A lot of fathers out there scooping up a gift card at the 7-Eleven on the way to the Christmas party.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, oh man, I couldn't imagine. And it's literally the Spider-Man moment, like where they're pointing at each other and they're both in the Spider-Man costume.
Yes.
They're like, I'm the father. No, you're the father. No, he's the father. And that's got to be hard.
The mom's probably like, do I have to give back the money?
Yeah. And the kid's like, you know what? I'm not sick anymore.
I just want to go.
gonna head back.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Oh man, yeah, I couldn't imagine. The teacher's probably like, I don't have anything to do with this. This
No.
is them.
Gotcha.
This is them. All right, and then I got this one here. This is a good story, solid, positive story. I like sharing some
those.
positive. People say, sometimes I can get negative about the teaching career,
Got it.
and I just kind of go with the flow of what everybody's discussing. But let's go with a positive story, which I enjoy. A middle school teacher has been selected for the Space Human Flight Program. Yeah, she was like, I got to get away from these kids. And I know I got to get as far away from them as possible.
Gotcha.
But Brunswick Middle School teacher was selected for the program after entering it, and apparently only 5 teachers across the nation were selected to participate in this program. And basically, it is a science-based program where they give her a flight on the zero gravity plane that they have, where they fly you up and then give you weightlessness.
Yeah.
And apparently she's supposed to have different classroom experiments on board. Mm-hmm. And they are going to do some classroom experiments and get an idea of what experiments can be done on the plane. And
Nice.
students are going to design them in hopes that their experiments get done so we can, when you think about zero-G, weightlessness, there's questions that come to mind, and they want to experiment in weightlessness.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, how does this work? How would that work? So the students are supposed to come up with it. She takes up a few of the experiments and experiments in the zero-G flight.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a great story, by the way.
I think so, anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of, neat to see that the 5 teachers get to do that, because that's very expensive to go on one of those flights.
Gotcha.
But you are away from the students.
You are for a whole house.
That's great. Truthfully, though, it's sponsored by the district. What happens is, as you start to go down and feel weightless, your wallet comes out and they come and grab it.
That's right.
And then they take it away, and that's the whole point of it. They're like,
that's what they mean by zero G.
This is how we're funding
Yes.
it. All right, James, I've got a good little thing for us to end on here.
Okay.
The top 10 ways teaching is just like going to space.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top 10 ways teaching is just like going to space. All right. Number 10. Give me a drum roll, please. In space, no one hears you scream. In the classroom, same thing.
No one hears you.
Nobody cares. They hear you. They
It's
don't
true.
care.
They don't care.
Yeah. Number 9. Billionaires both want to profit off of both. Space and teaching. They're
That's
like,
right.
we'll take all the money. We're
That's
taking
right.
it all. Number 8. 0 to 1,200 miles per hour in 20 seconds is how fast I drive out of the teacher parking lot after
Wow.
school.
I've seen that firsthand. Yes.
I know you have.
That's a good one.
And number 7, outsiders are like, that's how they eat. That sucks. That's definitely. As teaching, I've honestly looked at astronauts and been like, freeze dried, huh? Might have to try that. Might have to try that.
Interesting.
Number 6, if you do them both long enough, your bones will become brittle and your muscles will stop working. That's how I feel anyways.
I know.
I would leave school defeated. Number 5, people go outside and see teachers and shuttle launches the same way. They're like, wow. What? It's outside? It left?
It left.
Oh, look at it go. Number 4, I also pee into a bag because I don't have a working toilet. It's just, I'm going to stop us there for just a second before I finish the last 3 here. True story.
Okay.
I worked at a school.
Yeah.
Our urinal broke. They took the urinal off the wall.
You said A, like they had one for the whole school.
Oh, for the faculty.
Okay, gotcha.
They took our urinal off the wall, took the paper towel, which, by the way, school paper towel, no absorption, shoved it into the pipe, and that was it. And for 2 years, we had a pipe sticking out of the wall that dripped sewage into the bathroom. And I would ask, are they going to fix it? And they did not fix it. And
For 2 years?
For 2 years, we did not have a urinal. We did not have anything there, just a pipe.
And where would you guys use the restroom?
We had a little stall, but we had to all share the stall.
Gotcha.
All of us.
So there was a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a long line.
Got it.
Yeah. And then the water fountain broke, and then that didn't get replaced either.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, well, this is
Well, you got to think
par for
how
the
they
course.
think. If you can't fix the toilet, why fix the cause of you needing to use the toilet?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just put
Don't
it in
fix
the
the water fountain.
You could put in the water fountain and then just put up urinal walls next to it and take care of 2 birds with one stone.
Oh,
You can drink and go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the way
Okay.
it works. Number 3, we're talking about number 3, top 10 ways teaching is just like space. Number 3, rocket launches in the school year have the same tension. You're like, keep going, keep going, keep going. We made it. We made it. We made it. I don't know about you, but living in Florida, don't you get that like hold your breath when you see them go up?
Yes, I do.
I always do, especially when I know there's people on it.
Yes, I do.
I hate that I have that, but you see them go and you're like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost there. They made it.
Okay, God
And
bless them.
that's the way I feel about the school year. Number 2, the inside of a SpaceX capsule is 80 square feet, which is also the size of my classroom. But my classroom has less breathable air. Let's be
true.
real. Let's
That's
be
true.
real. And number 1 way that teaching is just like space travel, we keep lowering the requirements for both. It's like, yes, I understand you're a rocket scientist. We would like to sit you next to this influencer that bought a ticket by selling pics of their feet on the internet.
You're welcome.
And you're like, Okay. Yes, I did. I don't have any choice. I don't have any choice. Can she cover my class? That's about all you got.
That's hilarious.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. Don't forget to message us, by the way. In the next episode, I'm actually going to go over a message that I received from another teacher, and I'd love to hear some of your stories.
Nice.
Some of the things that you're crying in your car about, I would love to hear them and reflect on them, and obviously use them in the podcast and maybe spur some discussion. Who knows? Maybe we can become activists and help out.
Gary, I'll get a sign.
You never know.
Yeah.
You'll get a sign. Step 1, Cupcakes back in the classroom.
There you go.
All right,
I will march for that.
DevinComedy.com for all the upcoming tour dates. Don't forget to check out Board Teachers Tour. Got a lot of stuff coming up with that. James, what you got coming up?
I have a lot of stuff coming up. Don't forget to watch my TV show, The Lowdown with James, on Xfinity Comcast, channel 1623. And please follow me on Instagram at James Yan Comedian and on Facebook.
James Yan Comedian.
There you go.
Thank you so much. This has been Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. Peace.